It's a very solitary process being an animator most of the time, unless you have a big crew, which I never do. It's difficult because you don't have the help, but it's also nice because you get to see your vision through the entire process and make it exactly what you envision in your head. Writing it all throughout, creating the elements for it, animating it, doing sound. When I do my animation, there has to be a tactile quality where I'm touching the materials in some way. That's why I couldn't do it all on the computer. It seems too sterile. I like to have the hand of the artist somewhere in there. When I was in 5th grade, really young, maybe 10 or 11 years old, my dad lent me the family video camera, the family camcorder, and just let me do whatever I want with it. I was always really interested in animation. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. So when I finally got my hands on a simple camera and started seeing like, oh, this can actually be really easy. You just take a picture, move something, take a picture, move something, and then you have a stop motion film. I was always doing art growing up, and it was not just animation and film. It was actually more of like drawing and painting and everything. So, and I actually did a lot of music at the time too, growing up. And so I went to college for illustration originally, but then it only took a year into college before I realized I took some animation classes and I started playing around with animation. And I realized, no, this is what I want to do. I want to do animation, I want to do film. And so I switched my major, and then from that point on, I've just been making films ever since, yeah. So in terms of looking at materials in a different way, I don't know, I think I've done that my whole life. I think I just tried to find humor in everything and any situation. It probably started with hanging out with my sisters and just joking about everything. So I try to sort of find a little joke in everything, every situation, every object. And I think that just was something that I was raised with, that I've always done, just to make life more interesting. Yeah, that one was probably one of my favorites to do. I did it as a class assignment, but I like that. Things like that are actually, they're so short, but they're actually more gratifying for me. So when it's that short, it's fun because it's like I have an idea, I get it done in a reasonable amount of time, 1 week, I shoot it, and I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's fun, And it was a very silly thing. I love doing really silly stuff. For Bottle, it was definitely really difficult to make the film just with myself. I mean, I always had a carload of equipment with me every time I would drive out to a location to shoot, like driving to the beach, and I would have two loads of equipment that I could carry by myself. So first I would bring the props and the things where if something happened to them it was okay, and then I would walk all the way back to the car. It was far. And then I would get all the expensive stuff, my cameras, the tripods, all that sort of equipment. I had to make sure that I was ready to go for 8 hours, no break, and then once the sun went down, I couldn't shoot anymore, so I would go home. I think I came up with it when I was home in New Jersey, where I'm from, for like a winter break from school, and I was just watching snow fall down. It snows a lot there, and I'd never seen anything animated with snow, so I thought, oh, maybe I'll try that, and maybe I can come up with an idea that has to do with using that material. And then once I started, it took I think another year before I really got serious about developing that idea. And I thought that sand might be a good kind of contrast to the snow. So at that point, I had the material idea, and then that's where the story came from. It started first in the materials, and then I thought, how can I use these materials to tell this story that can only be done with those materials? And then I just started developing the story. I know Sweet Dreams, that was actually my undergrad thesis in 2008, the one with the cupcakes. That one, I think that got around a little bit on the internet. And that one did, I was really happy with how that did, and a bunch of people, I think, knew it from blogs and things like that, which was super exciting to me. But I think it was definitely when Bottle came out that that it spread a lot more and got even more views than Sweet Dreams and even this other animation I did called Story from North America.
Daddy, I think there's a spider on my floor. Is it? And will you squish it?
That one had a little bit of like an underground following a little bit, which was really cool. So yeah, I think it was around those few films that things were picking up and doing well.
That's what they teach you in Sunday school.
Creative camp, it was awesome. I loved being here. I've had the best time in Portugal. Yeah, I met so many great people, so many talented people. Ate so much good food, and it's it's gorgeous here. I've had a great time, and the camp is amazing. The channel is amazing. It's been great. Yeah.